everybody. Oh man, it's good to be here. Hello all. Yes. I don't know if it's just me. I think it's an actor thing, but I feel like I always party the hardest with hair and makeup. I think it's because you guys know all my secrets, so I hope you guys are having a good time. So I'm here tonight to present the 2017 Distinguished Artisan Award, and distinguished is a pretty apt word for its recipient tonight. I think when you hear his name, you definitely don't think of the word boring by any means. He's given so many of us, whether it's audience members or actors or hair and makeup artists, he's given all of us an excuse to do so many fun, wacky things that we wouldn't ordinarily get an excuse to do, whether it's creating a wild plastic surgery client from Nip Tuck, or a gruesome, horrific wound or scary face for American Horror Story, or trying to make us look like we were actually teenagers on Glee. He has definitely had the work cut out for many of us. His name is instantly synonymous with sexy, provocative, exciting, and very quality television. And for those of us that, I hope I speak on behalf of some of the folks that are here, for those of us that have had the chance to work with him and be a part of what is called the Ryan Murphy family, it has been such a privilege, and I wish upon those that haven't gotten a chance to get to work with him. And whether, even if none of you get to work with Ryan at any point, the fact is he's so influential that his work continues to sort of redefine the standard of what we're all aspiring to, that whether you like it or not, we're all going to try and work for him at some point doing another project. So without further ado, it is my great pleasure to present the 2017 Distinguished Artisan Award to the great Ryan Murphy. How are you? Those clips make me feel real old. Such an honor to be here. I'm going to put my speech out here in case I can't find my way in the teleprompter. So back in the early 2000s when I was first starting out in the business, I had the great honor of sitting down with one of my idols, Mr. Warren Beatty. And Warren is one of the greatest directors of all time, as we know. And I wanted his advice as I began my directing career. And I asked him about actors and how to work with them. And then I asked his #1 directorial tip, some nifty trick of habit he used to ensure success. And Warren thought for a minute, and then he smiled in that way that Warren smiles, and he leaned forward. And he said, "Ryan, make sure the wigs are good." And I have followed Mr. Beatty's advice now for close to 20 years, and I thank him for my entire career. I have always believed in the power of aesthetics. I have also always believed in the suspension of disbelief. That is television and movie-making magic to me. We turn now more than ever to entertainment, to lose ourselves, to immerse ourselves in a different reality. And that's because the one we are living in currently is so dark and frightening. The art of makeup and hairstyling has always been so important to what I am trying to do as a filmmaker for several reasons, and I wanted to tell you about those. One, I believe that character for many actors always comes from the physical. What you guys do in this room is transformative from a soul level for actors and for myself. I cannot tell you how something will suddenly switch on for me after a hair and makeup test about a character. Oh, now I know how to write him or her because I see it, whereas before it was just a dream with sort of undefined edges. The physical dictates the whole for me. When we were doing Feud, for example, Jessica Lange and I really struggled with the character of Joan Crawford because she was entirely a creation of her own imagination. For Jessica, how do you play a woman who was a myth to herself? She was worried and I was worried, and then we did the makeup and hair test in our trailer. Black hair, exaggerated mouth, lashes, caterpillar eyebrows, contouring, what seemed like 20 pounds of hair piled high and twisted into discipline. And test complete and ready to be filmed, Jessica looked in the mirror and saw a gateway to a reality that she could play. It's armor, what Crawford put on herself daily to face the world and her insecurity, she said. I think now I have a way into this. And we were off. With every successful TV show I have done, Nip Tuck, Glee, American Horror Story, The Normal Heart, American Crime Story, and now hopefully Feud, premiering Sunday, March 5th on FX. I have always considered makeup and hair prosthetic and otherwise, to be leading characters in my work. And I have always made sure that these departments were monetized as well, if not other departments. Warren was right. It really is all about the good wigs and good makeup to a degree, because all it takes is one bad lace front or a weak appliance to pull you out of a story. When the work is good and nurtured, as I hope that it is on my shows, audiences can be transported to other decades, times, and more importantly, to emotional truths. I value the artists who do this work so superbly, and you heard me right. Everyone in this room, whether you are told it or not on a daily basis, is a valuable artist, and our business of fantasy would not work without you. I have always recognized, you deserve some applause for that, I agree. I have always recognized that, and I applaud and love the artisans who so much of my success is indebted to. The legendary Bermans, Monty Hout, Chris Clark, Mike McCash, and most importantly, my beloved Aaron Kruger McCash, who has worked with me since my early Nip Tuck days, a multiple Emmy winner and a multiple winner from this organization, and deservedly so. Aaron has been a sort of muse to me, helping me shape almost 15 years of characters as much as my writers do. Now I've made you cry, what? Not yet. And I knew that I would be working with Aaron forever when 15 minutes into our very first introduction, I made some pithy, dry comment about something, and she responded, "Don't be a mean queen." And this was on our first day of working together. And you know what? Erin and what she does and what you guys do in this room is so important to me that I want her to know that this year she is getting a producer title because A, she deserves it, and B, I feel strongly that the time has come in my company to award in every way the work that the people in this room do, literally and from my heart. So Erin, congrats, and I love you. And Lou, you too, but that's another show. And lastly, I would like to talk about an organization I founded this year called the Half Foundation, which is dedicated to ensuring that 50% of all the directorial slots in my company go to women. The industry average statistic for women in our business is deplorable. It's only 15% of the slots go to women, despite the fact that women make up over 50% of our population. I don't understand why we consider women to be the minority when they are the majority in this country. And it's time to change that, and it's a mission statement for me and my career. Along with directors in my company, we have a new rule that 50% of all department heads and their crews must be women, people of color, and folks from the gay, lesbian, and trans community. And I would like to tell you, do you know who is leading the way in my company and the entire industry, as they have for years and no one ever acknowledges it? That is the people in the hair and makeup crews who have always known that success and diversity are everything and lead to not only better work, a better work environment, to a better, more balanced and interesting product. So thank you guys for that. I feel like I'm running for president of this organization, which I might. This year on the Feud pilot, I was brought to tears one day. Literally, I was brought to tears when we were doing a scene set at the 1963 Academy Awards. Aaron and Chris and their crews were in charge of 300 extras that day, turning them into glamorous 1963 Academy Award attendees. And there was something that day that impressed me more than the work, and that is saying a lot. Because on Feud, which premieres March 5th on FX, we had 63 wigs in the 8 episodes, 300 different hairstyles, and close to 100 different makeup looks, old age and otherwise, in a mini-series that spans 50 years. But I digress. More important to me than the work was who was making it. I saw and I looked out, and under Aaron and Chris's tutelage, women, men, gay people, people of color, trans people, artists all, everyone embraced by Aaron and Chris was there to do the work, and thus by a future huge worldwide audience of millions of people. And I thought, this is the world that I want to work in and create in, and this is what every department needs to look like. This is the way that our industry should be behaving and looking today. And I want to thank my great friend Darren Criss for the remarkable introduction to me and the support of me for all these years. And I thank everybody in this room, not just for the work that you do, but how you do it year in and year out. And that is always with joy, with love, with diversity, and most importantly, with acceptance for all. And I'm so honored for this award, and I thank you so much. Mwah! Thank you.